Again, getting together here for many years to talk about the early days of single sideband. And tonight, I went all the way back to the very beginning, the year 1951, when Wes Shum was building a little phasing type exciter in the basement of his house in Chicago, which he ended up calling the 10A. Phasing type exciter puts out about 7 watts here, and I figured out how to use the Drake receiver to be the exciter for that, so it more or less transceives based on my receiver with a lot of correction as we go along. It doesn't stay in the correct transceive mode. And that's eventually driving an intermediate amplifier, which then drives the Drake L4B to about 450 watts. The year 1951, when I Love Lucy was on the black and white TVs, but something else happened in 51. That was when some of us, me being one of them, saw the Lubbock lights. Looked up in my parents' backyard as a little bitty kid, and I thought, what's this thing going over our house? And I bring that up because the Lubbock lights have resurfaced and been seen again in recent times. So let's follow that along and see where it leads us. Buy-sell trades are appropriate if they're vintage radio related. This is a great place to ask for technical advice because there's a lot of expertise found here. First check-in, TXW. George, talk to us, K5LYN.
Good afternoon, Lynn, and all around the net for the finest hour of amateur radio for the week. Quiet band so far, good signals all around. I'm on the Collins radios, the S-Line 32S175, S330, 30L1, the Shure 444, all the usual antenna stuff, dipole out in the woods, and it would just cool down. It would be perfect. WB5TXW back to net, over.
Very nice work on the Collins, George. You are 100% every check-in. Good to hear you this evening. All right, hey, Jimmy, KC5WLF, did I hear you something about lurking around here somewhere? How about it? Well, I know Jimmy's here somewhere, but maybe he's going to talk to us a little bit later. How about MTT? What do you say, Mike?
Hello, Lynn. It's Mike, WA5MTT in Round Rock. Tonight we're on I guess this is called the green radio tonight. It doesn't have a lot of filaments other than the filaments in the amplifier. We're on the Collins KWM 380 and the Collins Winged Emblem 30S1 amplifier. It is a little cooler here in the room without all the S-line tubes glowing. Anyway, and the mic is Electro Voice 664. So, back to you, Lynn.
Okay, Mike, nicely done. And while I've not mentioned it yet, let's point out the fact that Matt has been posting pictures of the stations that check into the net here, and you being the guy who has a Collins 30S1 and that 380, those are pretty rare stations. How about a picture? Send it over to me and I'll get it to Matt if you have time, Mike. And that goes to all the rest of you who haven't submitted a picture of your station. Let's get them in there because they look great when he posts them with our recordings here. Okay, moving on down the road, and there's Kenneth who sent a picture of his station, AG5XP. Talk to us, Kenneth.
Hello, Lynn. Thanks for picking me up. And everybody's got a great signal. At least the band's holding up pretty good tonight. I'm on my old Gonset GSB 100 transmitter. Got it hooked up to the matching Gonset GSB 101 and receiving on the Helicopter SX 101. Got it going out of homebrew G5 RV antenna zigzagging around the city lot. And got an old Johnson Viking hand mic here, and that's what we're talking on here, Lynn. Back to you, AG5XP. This Kenny up in Brownwood.
Very nicely done, Kenneth. You haven't had a station on the air yet that didn't sound like $1 million once you got the bugs out of it. And that Gonset is a rare radio. That's only the second one we've ever had on the net. Good to hear you this evening. Okay, how about Robert, WW9W? Robert, talk to us.
Okay. K5LYN from WW9W. Good evening to you, Lynn. And hello to Jay, Rush, all the rest of the game, mate. All of you. Yeah, I'm on the Collins also, the 380, KWM 380, and I'm running it into a 3001 meatball, and that's also going through the console 312B4. Looks like about 800 watts out, using the Collins SM280 microphone with this transceiver here. And of course my antenna is the coaxial double bazooka made by Ultimax. Seems to be working A-OK. Got a little bit of noise this evening, but everybody seems to be coming in just fine. And man, I'll tell you what, that other 380 was definitely sounding good. I hope mine sound that good. Okay, Lynn, I'll give it back to you, and I'll be listening out. And I'll get you a picture of the old boat anchor setup here. I'll get one out to you here, probably in a little bit here. I'll take a good picture. I've got some, but I'm going to take a good one and send it to you there, and you can send it over. K5, OYN, and the boat anchor. WW9W, Allen, Texas. So long.
Your 380 is 100%. Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to have a picture of that in the station there. Send it on over. K5LYN at ARRL always works. ARRL.net. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Jay, that's about half my list here. I've got WOZ, DPP, KC5L. We didn't hear Lyle in there, and we didn't hear Jimmy. So why don't you see what you can do with it, and I'll do some zero beating over here. Over you, K5LYN.
All righty, Lynn. And you were talking about the Lubbock Lights a minute ago. Are you sure that wasn't Elon's Starlink satellites? Because you can see them when they come over every night if the sky's clear. Could have been them.
You know, I heard that he has 4,500 satellites up there. Can you believe that? Crazy.
Yeah, there's a string of them comes across. It looks like about 10 or 11 of them in a row. But anyway, whatever. Good advertising for him, I guess. All right, folks, this is Jay, KM5QS, and this is the Boat Anchors Unlimited. I'm on my Kenwood TS820S tonight. Kenwood TL922 amplifier, Electro-Voice 664, a microphone, homebrew antenna, Night Viking MV5A tuner. And that's what I got. So, anyhow, how about Jimmy? Are you back yet? KC5WLF? Well, we'll try him in a little bit. K8WOZ. How about you, Dan?
Oh, yeah, boy. Woke me up there for a minute, Jay. Good evening, everybody. This is Dan, K8WOZ, in the middle of Houston. Talking on the same old junk, Kenwood 830 with the matching VFO, matching scope and speaker and tuner and all that crap. And I'm driving a homebrew pair of 813s, about 850 watts right now, with the homebrew power supply sitting on the floor that does not have a cover on it. So I got two matching power supplies. One's 3100 and the other one is about 2600 volts. But I got to put covers on them. They both look identical almost, but they're a little bit spooky if you're walking around with no shoes. Antenna's a inverted V up there about 40 feet or so, and I think that's about it. And the microphone's Kenwood MC50. Everybody sounds good in here tonight. Of course, everybody sounds good when we're on a Kenwood listening anyway, so that's it from here. One quick question, though, maybe after the net. George always says he's got the antenna or dipole out in the woods, and I think there's a story there, but I'd like to hear it. Anyway, no urgency. KWOZ, back to you.
Okay. Well, George, do you have any response to that? Or maybe Lynn knows. Lynn, you know about George's antenna out in the woods?
Yeah, I do. George is in my neighborhood about 18 blocks from me, and his lot is the size of a small city park. They could build an apartment complex on his lot. He's going to be a rich man one of these days. That's the story. Over.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. All righty. Did that get it, Dan?
Yeah, it does it. Okay, that's different than what I thought, but that's a great answer. Thank you.
Yeah, that'll work. Now we know who to go for. Now, yeah, I can go ask George for a loan if he ever sell that thing off. No, I doubt that. Anyway, okay. Let's see here. KC5L. Tom, go ahead. Okay, I thought he was in here. Maybe he's had to step out. K5LT.
Well, good evening, Jay, and everybody else on the net. This is Lyle, K5LT, located outside of Bernie, Texas. And tonight I am running the usual, running the Heathkit SB101 through the Heathkit SB221 amplifier out to a double extended ZEP antenna running through cedar trees. And yeah, the band is sounding better tonight than I did last week. I'm able to hear just about everybody, so much better conditions.
All
and
right.
I'm sure as the night goes on, it'll get even better.
I've even got the RF gain cut back a little bit. This kind of cleans everybody up a little.
Cool, so.
Well, that didn't sound right.
Well, yeah, more cool. I got to pay for it.
But it gets my background static out of the way.
So,
anyway.
Back to you, Jay. K5LT.
Oh, me. KM5QS with the Boat Anchors Unlimited. Thank you, Lon. I'll double back on the other two here in a little bit. Sammy, W5DPP, you got anything for us this evening?
No, I'm just sitting here dazzling all these good boat anchor radios there. I got a bunch of them out there in the barn, but I'm just in the house. It's cooler here than it is out there, so I'll be in here where it's cool. One of these days, maybe I'll get back on some of that stuff out there. Anyway, that's about all we got here, Jay. 73 to everybody, W5DK.
Okay, Sammy, good deal. Well, maybe in a couple of months you'll get to take some of those to Belton and get make some room so you can get to the stuff on the bottom of the pile. Oh, good luck with that anyway. Alrighty, let me double back. Jimmy, WLF, are you back? Dang. KC5L, Tom?
Hey, good evening, Jay. Good
Go
evening,
ahead.
Jay, and everyone on the net. Tonight I'm on the modern rig. Something's up with the 200Bs, so I have to look into that. Anyhow, just want to say hi to everyone, and that's all I have. Back to you, Jay. KC5L.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, good luck with it. Because it always sounds good when you got to run it. I know how that feels. Okay, let me see. That was several. So, Rusty, why don't you pick some up and do what you can? Rusty's hiding out. WK5R, KM5QS, your turn. Okay. Anyone else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Whiskey 5, Delta Kilo.
K0, SAD.
Alrighty, I got Jim and Steve. Go ahead, Jim. I thought that was Jim. Delta Kilo?
Yeah, Whiskey 5, Delta Kilo.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. That's Don.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. It's W5DK. I'm in Spring Branch, the pretty one, hill country, north of San Antonio. And I'm on my normal Drake station at TR4 with a D104 microphone, running legal with an L4 amp just for the fun of it, and out to a double extended ZEP with the apex about 65 feet or so. So good to hear, everybody. And thanks for running the net. Back to you, W5DK.
Alrighty, Don. Yes, sounding good, as usual. Alrighty, K0SCD, Steve, your turn.
Well, good evening, Jay, and all the boat anchors. K0SCD in Tyler. And as usual, I'm on this trusty old Kenwood 520. The Collins 3001, a dipole up 40-odd feet. And that's about it from probably the hottest place in the face of the earth. Back to you, Jay. K0SCD.
Okay, Steve. You better shine the rims up on that dune buggy if you're going to bring it to Belton in a couple of months, Roger.
I'm going to be in Europe at Belton time.
Oh, you're going to be in Europe? You'd rather go see them Frenchies and talk to us?
I got to go float down a river.
Well, have fun. Enjoy it while you can.
Yep, plan on it. I'll see you in the spring.
Roger. Okay, Steve. Thanks a lot. All right. Anyone else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited this evening coming out?
November 5, Delta, Jimmy up, Papa.
November 5.
DJT, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Well, I'm on my solid state tonight, old Kenwood, but I'm using a Shure 444 microphone through UT Mertz 2008 Transmatch and my SB200 here. So that's about all I have boat anchor wise. 80-meter delta loop up about 35 feet. Back to you.
Well, it's working for you. You're loud down here. It's Mike, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we're enjoying the rig here.
Yes, sir. It's working. Sounds great. All right, Rusty, are you back yet? Oh, Rusty may be trying to carry that swan across the room.
Hey, Jay.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if Steve knows it or not, but come January 1st, you got to go through a whole lot more to get into Europe for any reason. If he's going to multiple countries, it's even going to be worse. You got to have a visa approved way ahead of time for each country.
Yep, that's after the first year. Thank God I'm going before then.
Man, okay. I thought you were going after. That's why I thought I'd say something.
Well, Steve, you see, you're doing it wrong. All you got to do is sign on to be a cabinet member of Joe Biden's, and you can go anywhere and do anything with no problem.
I think I'll pass.
I'm sorry, I probably shouldn't have said that, but anyway. Oh, me. Yeah, it's amazing. Well, I think the less we talk about the government, the better we are. Okay, quit offending people. Anyone else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited?
Hey, these Democrats belong in Leavenworth.
Yeah, with unleavened bread.
I mean, that's the only way to describe it. They're a bunch of damn commie bastard criminals, and they belong in Leavenworth. I spent 20 years in the military, and I can tell you that if I did what they did, I'd be in Leavenworth, so they belong there.
To Alcatraz.
Yeah, Gitmo. W5DK said that.
Okay. Alrighty. And no offense, we try not to. I shouldn't have said what I did. I was just digging Steve a little bit, but sometimes politics gets a little out. And I don't disagree with you, but, we try to kind of keep a pleasant tone. You never know. And most of the guys, well, anyway, I ain't going into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not calling you down on it. I'm just saying, Roger.
Well, I only speak the truth. I don't make anything up. I'm just stating facts. If I did, when I was in the military for 20 years, if I did what they did, I would be in Leavenworth, and I think they deserve the same fate. W5DK.
Okay. Like I say, I'm not disagreeing with you. Anyway, but 7-3.
You know where I am on that one.
November 5, Lima, November Oscar.
I couldn't copy. Go, Lynn, could you copy that other station?
I heard some talk, but I couldn't make sense of it.
November 5, Lima, November Oscar.
LNO, I think.
That's Larry, N5LNO.
Go ahead and talk to us, Larry, K5LYN.
Go ahead, Larry.
Oh, I see something wrong here. Okay. No wonder you can't hear me.
Anyway, running half power here. I don't have anything. Just wanted to join the list there. Sorry for the weak signal there. November 5 Lima, November Oscar.
I think he lost his amplifier, Lynn. I barely heard you in there, but good luck with it. But I did hear you down here in Alice.
Yeah. Hey, Jay, let me find out where he is. Larry, where are you?
Well, maybe this will help a little bit. Yeah, this is Larry. I'm over in Caldwell, about 30 miles southwest of Bryan College Station.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we know where Caldwell is. Well, have we talked to you before? You have stumbled on the Boat Anchors Unlimited net here. Most of us are on vintage radios. Tell us about your station.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not. Yeah, I guess it's the vintage. It's Flex 5000. That's probably vintage compared to all the ones they got out now.
Well, it probably is in a parallel universe of some kind. All right, Jay, I kind of cut you off. You want it back?
Oh, no, that's okay. I was going to give Rusty another shot and see if he's back. Looks like I'm down the band a little bit, but say give him a shot at it. So, Rusty, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. It's off my receive a while ago. Anyway, this is WK5R. I don't know what's going on. Just a second. Hello. I got a mistune here. Hello. Where is that button at? Hello. Oh, well, I don't know. Anyway, I'm on a Swan 500CX. The hand mic is an old static hand mic. Then we're driving the GS35B amplifier and into the homebrew fan dipole, and that's it. So who else is out there for Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Well, Rusty, did you lose it again?
No, I'm still here.
Okay, all right. I was thinking that maybe you unkeyed and it wasn't receiving. No, okay, we're hearing you fine here.
Yeah, I think I got a bad coax over here or something. Anyway, let me see, I'm gonna clear. Yeah, there we go. That gave me a little more.
Well, your signal jumped up.
Anybody out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. How's it going, Terry?
Yeah, hey, good evening. I just wanted to give you a holler. No birds sounding good up here in Missouri. Let's see, we're on the hot water, East Kid to hot water 101 this evening. Still driving the USB 1000 East Kid amplifier out to 2062. Out to 160 meter inverted V. I'm on a different antenna. Anyway, and this, this little 1000, I really like it. It's, I mean, it's just a single, single tuber, but my golly, I like the thing. Anyway, it's getting to me doing this too. It's getting to be on. Anyway, Rusty, thanks for being here. Good evening all the way around to the guys, and we'll ride along to the end. KB0U, over.
Okay, Terry, appreciate you checking in there. We'll catch you a little later there. Anybody else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited come now?
Oscar Uniform Fox.
I heard somebody way out there, but I couldn't tell who they were.
Oscar Uniform Fox.
I hear OUF. Go ahead.
Yeah, November 5, Oscar Uniform Fox M5 OUF. Tom here in San Antonio. Just want to check in for the numbers. We're listening in.
Okay, Tommy, appreciate it. Catch you later. All right, who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. I think I'm hearing another conversation out there. I'm not sure. KL7CD, are you there, Mike? not having much luck, Lynn. K5LYN, WK500, go ahead.
Okay, let's see if we can do it here.
WLS.
Oh, who was that guy? Jay, I double with you. Go ahead, Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say we haven't. Jimmy might be back.
WLF, Jimmy, you there somewhere? Well, you know, he was working on that radio. Maybe he's still having a little trouble with it, Jay. So, yeah, we did hear him earlier, but we must have lost him there. All right, this is K5LYN, Lynn and Austin on the Central Electronics 10A from the year 1951. So, who else would like to talk to us this evening? We're listening.
Whiskey Alpha 5, Edward David X-Ray.
Edward David X-Ray. Mr. Byron, carry on.
Hey, Lynn. Well, I hope y'all have stayed hot all week. It's certainly been hot up here in Bluffdale. Tonight I'm trying to keep the old shack warmed up by running a Kenwood, of course, CS820S barefoot so it doesn't get too hot. Up into the old inverted V, MC50 mic, same old, same old. Really watching the red flag warnings up here. We pray everybody can stay away from fire. Back to you, Lynn. Hope everything's good down there, and I bet you're glad you're not still over in Bastrop, right? K5LYN, WA5EDX.
Well, Byron, there was a fire yesterday about 8 miles from my rent house out there. It was just outside of the Bastrop State Park in an area that had burned previously, and there's still just gobs of wood laying on the ground out there. I haven't heard the latest, but it was a pretty serious fire. I think I would have heard about it today if they didn't get it put down, but yeah, we're under red flag warning here too. Low humidity, lots of wind, and lots of dead wood out there, so it's a scary time we're listening in. Okay, Byron, what else is new on your end? Any new projects?
Oh, just same old, trying to fix a few old boat anchors around, including a display unit on this 820. Kind of spinning my wheels on it, but it's too hot to do anything else. Might as well get out here and play with radios. What really surprised me is in the red flag warnings, they've included a lot of East Texas now, including like St. Augustine County, my hometown. And usually it's so wet over there. They were never under a burn ban, really, but they certainly are now. So it's kind of surprising that East Texas is having the same problem. You got to be up like in Paris or Texarkana to not be in a burn ban. Hi. Okay, 73s, everybody take care. WA5EDX.
Yeah, well, you know, my woods burned down on the 90th day of over 100 degrees. So, you know, it can happen for sure. Okay, great to hear you, Byron. Nice work on that station. Who else for the net this evening? K5LYN, listening. And we didn't hear KL7CD, who's often out there picking up lots of stations out there east and north of us. So maybe he's tied up tonight. Anybody else need to talk to me before I pass it around the table one more time to see who else might be lurking? K5LYN, listening. Well, Jay, I must have shot my wad tonight.
Yeah, it's well, we got about 18 so far, so that's not too shabby. Considering either, although the band is in better shape than usual, we'll see what happens. This is KM5QS, Boat Anchors Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Even though I'm having a little trouble speaking this evening, and no, I have not had anything to drink that would impair that capability. Is there anyone else that would like to check into the net? Come down.
Alpha Delta Charlie.
Hey, Rick, go ahead.
Good evening, Jay, everybody on the net. This is Rick, WD5ADC, located in the Rio Grande Valley, and Harlingen in particular. And tonight I am on the Kenwood TS820, simply because it stabilizes pretty quick. 30L1 amp, sure 444 mic, and the antenna's an inverted V, up about 30 feet. And Jay, when I was a young kid, I remember listening
listening to nets, and the net control is, he would say, 0 beat on me. And back then, everybody tried, but they never got it right. Yes, sir. Oh, well, you know, we have a discussion regularly, and we do the best we can, but, yeah, basically, whoever's calling the net is the fella you got to hear, so I guess that's the way solid state just kind of made everything a little less, it's not as much fun, is it? Oh, it's a lot different. Hey, and you're, by the way, 40 over here. I hear you really well there. All righty. You seem to, I think you've got a loose connection in your mic cord or something, because it's getting a little, almost like RF, but it's just like a make and break deal every once in a while. Other than that, you're loud and copyable and all that. I'm not listening to myself. Is this any better? No, sir. That's no good. I don't know what it is. It's almost like a loose connection or bad ground or something. Yeah, it could be the contacts in the Shure 444. I haven't used this mic in months, many months. Okay. Now, it was a little better that time. Did you hold down on the switch a little harder? I'm pressing down on it pretty hard right now. I think that's what it is. Yeah, they're known for that. Okay. All righty. How's Gerald doing? Well, he's still not doing well. Yeah, I understand. Just a reminder, folks, y'all keep Gerald, KC6CNN, keep him in your prayers, and like that. So, all righty, Rick, anything else? No, 73J and everybody else, WD586. All righty, Rick, good to hear you. KM5QS. Anyone else for the boat anchors this evening coming out? Well, Rusty, take another shot and then give it, or then do what you got to do.
Okay, Jay. This is WK5R. Is there anybody else out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. Anybody, anywhere for the boat. Good. There we go. Everybody else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited, you need not have to be on the boat anchor if you see what we're doing. Come now. Well, I don't hear it. Look, there it goes again. Want me to put a tie ribbon on it?
Yeah, I guess. What do you think, Lynn?
Yeah, I think so. One last word from me. If you haven't sent a picture of your station in that Matt can publish with our recordings, send it to me, and let's get it up there. Back to you, Rusty. Wrap it up. Great net tonight. K5LYN.
Okay, Lynn. Well, we appreciate everybody checking. So, next week, I think I'm jumping in and out. Anyway, we'll look for you next week. This is WK5.
Now, Rusty is afflicted with QSO interruptus this evening. I think he was trying to say, everybody, we appreciate you checking in. It's fun to do this and listen to the old rigs, and thank you for participating, and we'll see you next week, 7:30. This is KM5QS 73.
73, Jay.
And the return to normal amateur use.